one of the three biggest things that we see in relation to payment history is when it comes to aging the derogatory. This is by far within the history portion of the credit score, within the aging portion of the credit score, is where we're seeing so many, do we call it a glitch? It wasn't designed to do it this way. It was designed to emulate real statistics based on performances. And if that history portion of the score represents 40-45%, representing the most important thing, which is the credit score nowadays, it's hard to imagine the biggest portion of the score is based on when did it happen. It's hard to imagine them getting the when did it happen wrong. And yet we see it every day. Something happened 4 years ago. They sold it off to a third-party collection agency, and FICO Classic, the lender score, thinks it just happened. That alone, the newer scores don't do that. Why? Because they corrected it. Well, Dennis, maybe they designed it. They made it harder to buy a house. They corrected it. If something was corrected, it means it was broken. So it wasn't based on risk factors or a more conservative scoring system that people are trying to spin this. It's a 30-year-old algorithm that's outdated, that the GSEs will not okay the newer algorithms. Period. It's broken. It's designed to emulate real statistics. Telling a statistic, an algorithm, that something just happened 3 months ago, given what the facts that we know now, is broken when it happened 5 years ago. That's not accurate. And yet that's what happens. And then that guy has it for a year and he sells it off, and so on and so forth. So no wonder people stay stuck. Then the idea of paying the debt off, and then all of a sudden it re-ages the debt. It re-ages the DLA. Coding doesn't change, brings it back to the front, dropping a person's credit score for doing what would seemingly be the right thing to do. Again, broken system. And then, as we've seen, there's certain accounts that'll stay here month in and month out and never push back like they do on the corrected, updated score models. Now, broke it or not, I'll say it 1,000 times, this is the score that determines a yes or no. So this is the one we have to navigate through. People mentally, when we get to this point of the process, mentally, before we start going through the credit, they already start doing an inventory in their head. Oh, well, okay, well, that's good. You know, that one account was back there 4 or 5 years ago, and this, you know, this progressive collection that I had was back here. What we find out is, yeah, but that's not how the score's seeing it. The score's seeing it here. And so a lot of times people are kind of, you know, thinking of that in their head, or maybe they're thinking about that late payment they had that they didn't think it was a big deal until we really start diving in. So when we're going through the credit bureaus, we've got to identify the type of account it is so that we can age it according to how FICO Classic ages it. Now, we're going to age it based on what is the real age of the account, but we're also, how does FICO see it? And that's going to help dictate our solutions going forward. All right? So again, the reason we say tunnel vision is because it has a hard time seeing past what's in front of it.